Hi, everybody. Welcome to Midweek. I was off for a week, and so my friend Pastor Jeff took the week, and I brought a friend in. The reality is I'm back to work because we were just actually having a story. And the story is basically time off is hard on me. I had a little slow dance with a chainsaw, and Steve and I were just comparing. We're probably the two guys on staff that have scars when we had an accident with the chainsaw. So I had mine. Yours was how many months ago?
Oh, it was a year ago.
A year ago. I could show you mine. Steve can't show you his. But how about if we keep this thing PG today, and I won't show you mine. And they said no muscles or tendons were damaged.
That's good.
So I'm back to work actually just so I can walk. So
be safe.
Be safe. That's the new word. Be safe. And in fact, even if you wear a mask, the chainsaw doesn't care. I've discovered that. So today, what we want to do is kind of bring you up to speed on some facility things. You know that a couple of weeks ago we got broke into, and the individual did a lot of damage. And by the way, we haven't had any reports, but we're continuing to pray that God would minister to that young man's heart. I think he was 23 years of age. And so we'll continue to pray for him. But in the process, we've been doing a whole lot of renovation. So, Steve, let's bring ourselves up to speed. We're going to do a facility report as a large part of what we're doing today. What was the scope, or what was the location of the renovation that you're focusing on right now?
Well, it's been 4 weeks, actually, since that occurred. August 10th is when that happened, the night of August 10th.
Well, I took some time off and had a little slow dance with the chainsaw. But I forgot about that week.
Yeah. And so he broke through a window that was in the playground area, the outside playground area, broke into the education building, proceeded down the what we call the 200 level, or the ground floor of the education wing. Yep. And he was bleeding profusely from breaking the window, and so droplets of blood all over the place. And then he went up to the 300 level and proceeded to walk through there, but at the same time broke out the small windows that were indoors, got into the classrooms, and began to spray fire extinguisher around the rooms. Mm-hmm. And so it was really the whole education wing. Fortunately, he didn't move into any other parts of the building. We had locked doors and made them uninhabitable. Yeah. The powder from the fire extinguishers is a high irritant to lungs, and so
the upside is we didn't get into the sanctuary, we didn't get into the foyer of the office, and even down into the basement area. Right. And that's a huge thing, not only because of the damage, but also because of the HVAC system. So in the process, we have replaced all hallway flooring.
Correct.
On the top floor, we've replaced every window. Or not window, but I mean every floor, every room.
Yes. So all the carpet that was in the hallways and in the rooms, we've torn all of that out. That's all been replaced with hardwood surfaces, and so we think that that's going to be much more easy to clean and keep sanitary. And it's got a nice updated look to it. We've also have repainted the hallways. Yeah. And then the Summit Restoration, who has been working with us on this process, they've been going through and cleaning everything. That means every book has to be wiped down individually, right. Every packet of papers, all those kinds of things, and cleaning the walls, cleaning the ceilings, all those kinds of things.
So they took out every aspect of every room, books and everything else, and cleaned every one of those. Yeah. Unbelievably intensive job. Yeah. So new flooring, paint.
In the hallways.
And then also the HVAC system is going to be cleaned because of, again, the fire extinguisher.
Right. Yeah. When we're done doing all the cleaning and all the dust is kind of taken care of from that regard, then fortunately, as you said, the HVAC system for the education wing is separate from the systems in the rest of the building. So then we'll do a complete clean of all the ductwork and change out filters on all of those so that we'll have nice clean air for people to breathe when they go in there and celebrate that.
All right, that's so good. Well, and that's going to be finishing up here in a little over a week.
Yeah, a week to week and a half. We'll have all the cleaning done, all the flooring will be done. We'll be ready. There's a little bit of scheduling issues around getting the ductwork done, but we'll get that done as soon as possible so we can get everybody in there for as soon as possible for not only daycare, but also for school. Our school teachers will be in there working, and then also midweek kids will be using that space.
Steve, thank you for all you guys are doing. Larry, I know is helping you. Dave Campos and others. You guys are doing a great job.
Larry DeLapp and Nolan Fridley have been a greit help in this process.
And Mr. Buchanan.
And Mr. Buchanan.
And his new distinguished beard.
Yes.
Got to check that out. Two more things in terms of the facility that are coming up. Kind of a, not very fun thing to do, but we have to replace the roofing. This is disconnected from the damage of the break-in, but the roofing on the education building, we're going to be replacing that. How soon?
That'll be done probably around the 1st of October. We've got, that roof is a tile roof, and it's been on there since 1970s. When the building was first built, that tile tends to dry out and then it cracks. And so every year we're dealing with small leaks coming into the classrooms, and so we're replacing that roofing.
And then maybe one of the most exciting things, tell us about the last big project that's going to happen in the next couple of weeks.
Over the next couple of weeks, we're going to be doing a repaint of both the main building, the sanctuary building, the education wing, and also the CLC.
This is external.
And this is on the external, so we'll go with colors haven't been chosen yet. We've got some people working on that for us, but we're excited about seeing that change and a little bit of updating and cleaning of all that.
Back when I was much younger, my grandmother wanted her house painted, so I said I'd be happy to do it, and she chose the color. It's Pepto-Bismol pink.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, ugliest thing I've ever seen.
Have that on the...
Sorry if your house is painted that color. I'm sure I just offended you.
Are you suggesting that for the Ridgework?
Well, you know what? That's to the degree that I trust my recommendations.
All right.
So I'm not on the team. Couple of additional things that are coming up. Number one, let's deal with one of the big issues that we're all watching every day, the fires. And to our knowledge, we have some folks that have evacuated. We don't have any reports of homes that have been burned and things. We have some of us that have been involved in horse evacuations or cattle evacuations. But we haven't heard of any in our family, church family. We certainly have some in our own personal extended family that have been evacuated out, but we are keeping our ear to the ground on that one, and if you know of anyone, we've been volunteering and making ourselves available for evacuations. In the future, and that is the near future, I've already been in contact with some other church leaders in town in terms of working with the Red Cross, working with restoration, working with cleanup. We will let you know as that gets coordinated. Right now, it's way too early. The fires are still hot, and we've canceled some of our things. For example, our school was going to be opening this week, preschool, and also the online, but we've postponed that to next Monday. And so we are, again, preparing for in the future, much like our church sent a team down to New Orleans a number of years ago when the Katrina hit. We'll probably be working with some agencies in terms of helping clean and help people. We want to be involved in that, and I know that you do because a lot of you have already contacted us. So if we do anything in that realm, we will let you know, and surely we will. So we look forward to helping people, continuing to pray for people in that area. This weekend, you said, well, are we going to have services outdoor? What about the smoke? Well, I checked with Farmer's Almanac, otherwise known as Gordon Kenyon, and they assured me that the winds are going to shift. The deacon board was meeting this morning. We talked about that. The winds are going to shift. Most likely, all of that's going to be, in terms of the smoke's going to be out of here by this weekend. However, if for whatever reason the weather patterns change and we're socked in, watch the website, watch Facebook, all of those. We will be communicating, because the last thing we want to do is to have a service outside with all of us, our eyes burning and we can't breathe and we have to all be on inhalers. So we're planning on services outdoor this weekend, just like normal. However, watch the weather, watch the website, watch Facebook. We will be communicating to you all of those things. There was some excitement downtown just because you love your church and you love your city. There was tragically a fire over on Front Street. It was kind of a repurposed wood business that got lit tragically by a person. I don't necessarily, it wasn't communicated to me that it was arson. It was actually maybe a homeless person that put together a fire and was trying to keep warm, and it started and it burned that building. And then there was another fire last night just north of the new police station. I thought it was a reenactment of Moses and the holy bush, but the burning bush, that is. But it wasn't. It was some other things, but it wasn't the police department as best we could. Just when I left late last night, there were fire trucks all over the place. So fire it's tragic, and there's been a lot going on. But just in case you heard about that, no, the church wasn't on fire, and to my knowledge, the police station wasn't. It was just north of the police station, but boy, it was all exciting down here. Next week, let's do a little preamble work. Next week, we're going to be talking about what happens in October. And that is, where will the services be? They won't be outside. They're all going to be inside. We're going to be in 3 different locations. There's going to be kind of a pattern that we will meet Saturday night, Sunday morning, 9 and 11. So next week, I'm going to have Pastor Nate here with us, and we're going to be talking about those services. What happens, what time, how do you get signed up, or how do you commit to those? We certainly, again, have size limitations and mask recommendations, all of those things. We're going to honor those. So next week, look for that. We're going to be back here midweek, and we will tell you all the details of what services look like starting in October. We are doing well as a church. We're continuing to put together all the teams that are going to be meeting for our small groups with Jonah. Cannot wait for that. We're probably cresting close to 400 people, so way to go, church. We're continuing to do our weekend services, and those are going great. Next week, we're starting with midweek and with Fusion and Thrive. And again, we're all doing that, trying to meet the needs of our church and also respect those who are leading us as a government, as officials. Continue to pray for them. They've got, I think, an almost impossible job right now. And these fires have added to it. So let's be praying for them and do everything that we can as God's people to support them. We love you. Hope you have a great week. Can't wait to see you this weekend, whether it be live or on stream. God bless you.